Yeah, I think that's a pretty good one there.
Like the other part to me is like, are we going to
All right, hey everybody, this is PJ Riley from Lancaster Archery down here on our Academy range. We're here with Reo and Logan Wilde, who are here this weekend to do a seminar. I believe it's called Wild Shots.
Something, yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
That was the creative name I do believe that they came up with.
Yeah.
So we started doing a video like this about a year or so ago, where we just, when some pros come in, we just go up to the line, do some shooting, talk about archery, talk about life. So we wanted to talk to the Wilde brothers. Yeah. Of course, you guys are both one of those from one of those famous families in the archery, especially target archery world.
Yeah.
Everybody knows the Wildes. Your dad, Dee. Everybody shoots in the family. I guess I'll start just out, Reo. What's it like, shooting behind your dad? He was inducted into what, NFA Hall of Fame last year?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, I mean, it was always something that I wanted to kind of, I'm competitive, let's put it that way. So maybe it was always to like one up or do better than he did or anything in that way, but it turned into like I wanted to have some of the best records. So, but it was cool to have him around because I got to grow up around a lot of different pros. So I got to listen to a lot of different theories, a lot of different thoughts. And so to me, that's kind of like one of the things that I've taken into. I mean, my dad was a huge help. Don't get me wrong there. He's helped me a ton. But it's like I've learned a lot from a ton of people. And so it was really cool growing up that way. I mean, I got to see and do things that like I would have never had, I had not been his son.
Yeah. Logan, how about for you? What was that like?
Well, it's kind of different because I obviously grew up behind Dad and Reo. And so, I think it was about 16, I did the Junior World Team Trials. And I was like, I'm a Wild, I don't need to practice. And well, I went down there and absolutely got obliterated. And I was like, the archery's dumb. I'm over archery. I'm going to go back to playing baseball. And the following summer, I was like, you know what? I can't end on that note. I really got to work. And so I told Dad, I said, hey, you get me a new bow. I promise I'll work my butt off. I will shoot, practice all summer long if you send me to the Joad Nationals. And he was like, okay. So he did. He got me a bow. I went out there, went with Kevin Eldridge. He took us out there. I think I won that by 3 points over Adam Wheatcroft, but then we were 30 points ahead of the third place person. So after that, it kind of took off and archery just. Yeah.
And now you just started a new job with USA Archery. You got your USA shirt on there.
Yep.
What are you going to be doing for them?
So with USA Archery, I'll be doing corporate engagement and fundraising manager. So basically making sure our current sponsors are happy and then trying to find other sponsors within the industry or non-endemics to bring outsiders into the sport. So yeah.
Gotcha. All right, well, let's take some shots. And I should mention here, we are shooting at the finals target that we're going to be shooting for the LAS Classic. Reo, you have some experience. It was a little bit different, but you shot at this thing.
It's a challenge. I can tell you that was it 11 ring at World Archery? It's a 12 ring here. It's not easy to hit. I mean, most people
can't even see it.
Well, and then you throw your dot up there, and it's bigger than most of those. I mean, some people have a little small one, but it's a challenge. And so it'll be really interesting to see how much it changes the game and people's thinking. Because when we did it with World Archery, it was totally different because there was certain people that went after it every time, and there were certain people that would shoot an 8 or a 9 and then shoot it and they'd nail it. And you're like, well, they're back to even now. So it'll be an interesting change to it. So.
I have not shot this face at all, so I'm interested to see just what it looks like through my scope.
And sometimes that little dot can be a little distracting and all kinds of different things. So
yeah, I'm thinking I'll be happy if I could see it.
Well, I will say, for not shooting for 2 years.
I went for it. I missed it.
I did too.
I wasn't going to go for it.
Which I'll be honest with you, that's the way to miss it.
Is that right? Oh, yeah.
Because the thing about
miss it high.
If you miss it low, and that's like when we looked at it, I was like,
7.
I do not want to miss it low, or
But if you have a dip bang, you could be a 6.
Oh yeah.
I'm only shooting a 19th thousandth pin, and it basically covers that.
Oh, it don't take much to cover it at all. And I mean, it's,
I'll go back for the middle. It seems so much easier.
Seems easier.
Right. I'm sure I'll change that.
you can see you can still miss an 11 here.
Absolutely. Oh, I can miss them as good as anybody.
That's
pro
what's
at
going to
that.
be fun. I mean, even if you look at like last time's finals, I don't know that there was only but a couple of clean score shots. So are guys really going to go for that 12 that much?
Right.
I mean, it's going to be interesting.
Oh, got one.
Well, I guess the question is the hammer registered?
And he got it.
Because this is right up Gillingham's alley.
Oh, right.
He's always wanted it forever
Risk
to have a bonus
reward,
ring.
risk reward.
Risk reward. Yeah,
Yep.
and there will be some risk and there will be some penalized. I can promise you that.
You went for them all.
Oh no, the second one I just shot in the middle, but I think I may have got the last one.
Got
but,
the last one.
But even at that, like I may have got a 9 on this one. It's not perfect, but it may have.
Hey. Just got to touch that line.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
All right. In the comments, what do you think? Rio shot in or out, 12 or 8? Let us know.
Yeah.
We always love to get the public involved.
Oh, it always can get interesting.
They'll
with
be
comments.
kind to you, right?
Yeah. But
It's always funny because it doesn't matter who it is. You know, you call your own arrows a little bit more liberal than you do your competitors. So.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, and in that fact right there, you're like, you even aim at that little dot differently. Like both of mine were high.
Yeah, yeah.
Like honestly, if I go for it, at some points I may move my sight a couple of clicks.
Oh, right.
Because it's so different, you can't see it. Your body's like,
Yeah.
well,
What's
am I on?
what are you? You have a big dot. Is what
Yeah,
you're
a
aiming
fairly
at.
decent size.
What are you using?
Same
Logan?
thing.
Same
I think
thing.
we have about the exact same size dot.
Yeah,
Oh,
pretty
gotcha,
close.
okay.
Yeah.
So that
Mine might be a hair bit.
can you even see it when you're done?
No,
you're covering it.
Literally,
Yeah.
like what I'm doing is like, well, there's the red, and I got a set in it, so you're just kind of like,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I can probably say the best thing I would say is that your dot's probably almost on the edge of the blue,
yeah.
which is not a
right.
good mental thought.
At what point was it okay that you could say I aimed in the blue?
Yeah, you're like,
But
dot's
I-
touching blue. Let's just go with it.
Again, like I said, there wasn't a lot of people that shot clean in that. Like, so
Yeah.
how many are really going to really worry about that risk? Maybe I'm just hitting high.
Nope, I left.
I think he might have got it.
Man, that's close.
Oh, there will be another in and out.
There you go.
But the worst part is, PJ, it's right on the edge of an 8. Maybe
Exactly.
It could be.
Yeah, I missed the wrong way if I missed.
And I'm just on the top side of it. I mean, from this angle, it looks good.
Yeah. Well, it's not big enough. I can see it from here. I can see the dot on the other side of the.
That was real bad.
Oh, that one's not good. But the other part to me is like, are we going to change the setup for it? Because I could build a scope with a smaller dot.
Oh, right.
You know, I mean, what is it going to do to people to make them try and hit it? Is
Yeah,
it,
when you go into the finals.
yeah.
Do you bring a sight with you? It's got a little bit heavier magnification. I don't know.
And I can tell you, when I leave here, I'm going to take some of these home. There will be some playing done. I'm
You'll
sure.
have the strategy figured out.
Well,
by
I'll
then.
work on a strategy. Let's put it that way.
Well,
I mean,
I'm going to tell you right now, the toughest part in our division, you got to get to the top 8 first.
agreed.
Yeah, right.
That is not a gimme at any point.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this one missed.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. See, I missed this one and I missed that one for 8 and a 7. But see, you.
Oh,
That's
yeah, Logan got it.
Oh,
Close.
so I'm the first one to get it, huh?
well, mine was close.
Close. Got it.
Miss.
Nailed it.
But that's like I struggle with seeing it behind my big
Oh,
dot.
Yeah. Well, I don't have a light in my. I usually have a light on my.
Yeah.
So my
All your
pin
fiber.
is. I'm seeing multiple.
Well, and then
pins.
another part we're going to see is you're going to be under lights that'll be totally different.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, how different is this target going to look in that situation?
Uh-huh.
So it's going to be a fun.
All right. So Logan, you were talking about, at the Classic, we give the archer who's leading the choice, shoot first or second.
Yep.
So you're leading. What do you want to do?
now you put yourself into a position that I still think you're going to want to lead, because then you're going to
Wanna
require that person to take that risk. And like Reo said, if you take a little bit, you miss on the high side, you might be able to get a 9. So it's only a few point swing. But if you do miss on the low side, you could shoot a 7, and then you could have, a 4-point swing just from a regular 11 to the 7.
What would it do to you if you shoot at the 11 and the person behind you shoots a 12? Does that mentally get in your head at all, or?
I mean, absolutely, especially if the score's tied. Because now you're like, I haven't shot at it. I'm still going to try and do my routine and do the process and shoot an 11. But in your mind that person's already shot the 12 and hit it.
Yeah.
So that definitely creeps in there.
It's going to be interesting, that's for sure.
And I honestly, if I'm the one leading, and as long as I'm hitting 11s, I'm not going to go. I mean, if you hit one, bonus for you, but I'm not sure that I would go for the risk if I just have a 1 point, like I'm trailing by 1 point.
Yeah.
Until the end, especially but I guess it flips and they go first then. So maybe them doing it twice might force you to, but as long as you're within a point, I'm not sure that I would, because a 10 will tie you. A 10 and an 11 will tie you.
You're going to wait and see if the other person misses.
Yeah.
Yep. So much strategy to think about.
Damn.
Ooh, missed. So now, Reo, you have shot one of only 2 660s that we've had at the Classic. Perfect round.
Yeah.
Tell me about that day. Was it just a day where you're just like, I just can't miss?
Honestly, it's
or was it tough?
Like the story is really funny, because, I mean, having been here where the techno hunt was, used to be we could practice downstairs there.
Right.
And so I was down there practicing, and Steve Yoder comes by, and I'm just shooting, and I'm just playing, like just working on stuff and shooting. And he walks down, and I have a bunch like out of the 10, and he goes, I don't know what you're going to do, but you're going to need to do better than that. And I said, all right, game on. So it was kind of a funny joke, and I was working on some things. I wasn't sure how to be, and I went upstairs, and it just worked really good that day. Like Dad and Logan shot a different line, and they went and got lunch and come back, and they actually showed up a little past halfway. And Dad comes up and says, well, how you doing? And I said, oh, not too bad. And I showed him the target, because I kept it, because it was a solid 30. And I'm like, here you go. And he's like, wow, that's pretty good. I think we were 2 or 3 ends in, and I still clean. He's like, wow, that's really awesome. And so to me, it really, because I'd shot 30Xs before in different tournaments.
Right.
It wasn't when you do it, to me, it was qualification. That's literally how I looked at it, because I shot the 660, and it's like, I almost lost my first match. So it's like the whole thing is like, was it really the thing? And so to me, it was pretty cool. And I remember the last arrows and stuff, but
did everybody come over?
Yeah,
I'm sure they knew.
I shot it upstairs.
Oh, okay.
In the little section, because I remember,
yeah.
And it was really, there was a whole bunch of people in the back watching, trying to get in to see, and
I'll bet.
And I remember shooting the last arrow, and everybody's like clapping and stuff, and I remember a guy commenting online that they were one of the other guys in the room, and they were still at full draw, and I felt bad for him, like, I get it, you know what I mean?
You didn't do it.
I didn't do it. I said sorry, man, but it was a pretty cool thing, and and in all honesty, Rob and I still laugh about it, because like World Archery's like, oh, well, the first 600, he's like, dude, you did that like years before anybody did that. And I'm like, well, so. But
we have both of those targets in our
conference room. Yeah, I saw them today, in the conference room. But it was pretty cool. Like, I mean, it was just a day that things rolled good and were going good. And
Yeah. How about getting down to the last couple of ends? Were you feeling like, oh man, I almost got it?
And I never really thought about it, because I to me, I talk to myself a lot, and I was like, it's just qualification. If I shoot a 660, what does it? I mean, it's the first one, but in my mind, the biggest thing I tell myself too, and I'd learned this shooting other tournaments, when I got to that point, when I was down to the last 3 arrows, you shot 57 good arrows. What is 3 more? Like, literally, like, you talk to yourself and tell them, like, hey, 3 more. And
you're able to flip that switch, because I watched David Hauser have 3 more hours to go, and the first one he missed.
And it's just telling yourself the right
2.
thing. Yeah, it's telling yourself the right thing, and it makes a huge difference, because I knew, like, we shot 57. What is 3 more? It's not that much. In fact, the first year I cleaned Vegas with Chance Bobeth, because we were shooting by each other, I had all 3 arrows shot and he had 1 down there. And he turned and goes, what in the world? He's like, that was the fastest 3 arrows you shot all weekend. And I said, I told myself, you have 87 good arrows down there. What is 3 more?
3 more.
3 more arrows. Just make 3 good shots. And it was like, boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, well, that's silly. But it's something, you just got to learn to teach yourself and tell yourself, like, it's a
Logan, did you feel that when you shot your last 900? You shot a couple.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing is, like, Reo probably explained it to me the best, and it's exactly like he said. I think the toughest arrows are your first arrows. It's not your.
Okay.
I don't think it's the last 3. You get down to it, you're like, man, I've already done it. Just kind of wash, rinse, repeat kind of thing, and so just continue.
First 3 on the last day.
Yeah, well, just like your first 3 arrows in general to get the round started. Because if you don't start off well, then you're kind of like, ooh, what kind of day am I in for?
Yeah.
So those are the ones that I always felt were the ones to kind of set the tempo.
And even like at Vegas on the last day, I'm like, if I'm sitting there and I'm still in there, I'm like, I've shot clean the first 2 days. And really, like even Vegas, I talk to myself and it's like, to shoot a 900 is okay, but you haven't won anything.
Right.
I just got to buy my ticket to the dance. So that's kind of like how I've always looked at that. It's like, well, I got to buy a ticket to the dance or you're not even in the dance. So it doesn't, I mean, how many times has there been 15 guys and you're the first one out and you're 15th?
I remember watching Levi Morgan on the last end. Boy, his hand was shaking.
Yeah. Oh, and it's in Vegas is something everybody wants.
Yeah, right.
And so even Lancaster's become that,
Man. That's a level way above my head, I'll just say that.
There, I got it.
Whew, that was horrible. That was shot at the middle, and it was an 8. I need a 12. That's what I need. Oh man, right on the line.
Well, I had to
That's so close.
after
So
shooting it a
close.
couple times and seeing. That's why I'm taking targets home with me, just to learn because it's like.
It's hard to tell where that line is.
Yeah, well, and I've had everyone I've shot has been just above it. So like that time, the last one, I was like, well, aim on the edge of the blue, and it's in the middle of it. So,
Kyle, I got that one.
in or out.
Oh, there's another one.
Yeah, I think that's
in the
fair.
comments. I don't see any red, but I'm blind. Public comments, in or out.
I think I got mine though.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good one there. Well, nope.
Not that time.
Number 1, it wasn't good.
See, that's why I say it's always the first arrow. You
Jeez.
got to get that first arrow going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't shoot a 900 if you don't put the first one in the van.
That's the only reason I've never shot a 900.
There you go. I like that hole on it right side.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's going to be interesting to see how this new target plays out because the first year, I mean, is always.
Oh yeah, and
who knows?
And I, like I said, it will be an interesting play, and I mean, it will be. I mean, it'll be the first time we haven't shot the Classic in how long? Like it's been a couple years too.
2 years, right?
So it'll be good to get back at it, and it'll be different to see how it goes.
Right. All right. Well, Lancaster Archery Classic, January 27th through the 30th. Hopefully you're signed up, but if you're not, there's still time. If not, you can watch everything online. Reo's going to be shooting. Logan?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Too busy
we'll get
at
one of the
work.
Wildes there.